Right.
Alright, and then I'm going to go to your intro.
Alright. Turn my ringer button down.
1 and 3. Oh, crap.
Whoa!
Oh!
Is that us? Are we back?
We're in there.
We're in, just like that.
Oh, smokes.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another excellent installment of Outcast A Mic on WSPF-DB, Rhino on Air, your family-friendly first internet radio station.
Your effing station.
Yeah, there's a lot of F's there. Broadcasting live at
1 gajillion megawatts to the moon and back.
Oh boy, we got a lot of stuff coming up. This is a hot mess episode to be on.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
All kinds of things happening.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. First and foremost, I guess I'd like to say that we're approaching a pretty significant date in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, almost 1 year ago, we had a 1 month or 3 month. Was it a 3 month anniversary or 1 month anniversary party for the show?
That was
1 month.
1 month.
I think it was 1 month.
Yeah, I think it was 1 month. It was the 4-show deal. So.
And on the 17th, it's Rhino's anniversary in October as well.
That's
so
right. So
are...
October coming up is a big month. We're on the cusp of anniversaries.
Wow.
To where
I can't believe it.
Yeah, we'll been on the air a year.
Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say we exactly nailed 52 shows.
Somewhere in there, right?
You know, it's like I'd say it's like a batting average. You know, we're batting like 825.
Yeah. That's
You know, I mean that's
acceptable.
respectable. Yeah, and especially for like a softball league. You know, I mean if you're batting less than 500 and you're playing softball, you ain't really playing softball.
Wow, I can't believe it's been that long already.
I know, right? So it got me thinking. Seems yesterday.
Yesterday.
We're gonna have a party too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a ripper of a party. In fact,
Oh yeah.
I mean, basically, we could kind of parlay our anniversary kind of deal by a week or two, because then it's bam, Exquisite Corpse.
Boom, tandem.
And so that's right on the cusp of all this. And I mean, this is the fall time with the equinox coming up, the Shemitah, everything is really charged right now. I mean,
energy.
It is ripe.
Another blood moon on the.
It's the 4th blood moon of the tetrad, which only happens like once every 600 years. We're gonna be able to see that on the 28th of this month. We have a full. We have an eclipse that we'll be able to see here from Florida.
Excellent.
As well. That eclipse is like the 26th or something. I mean, don't quote me. It might be 25th. And then that not only that, but you got Jewish holiday coming up. It just started. I think Rosh Hashanah was earlier, and then Yom Kippur is at the end of the Shemitah there. So and then all of it, September 21st is the vernal equinox, isn't it? 22nd. So there's all this energy in the air, and I'll tell you what the energy I'm loving in the air is. Last night, was it not beautiful here?
Oh,
weather,
nice, wasn't it?
72, maybe 70 with a breeze,
Ooh, yeah.
low humidity. I went outside.
Bikes in the rain with no thunder, no lightning, just nice drops.
See, and I just sat around naked on the porch all night. You know what I'm saying? Just out there in the breeze. There was no mosquitoes. I mean, it was amazing.
Incredible, huh?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
We got a few more 90.
Yeah, there's some
degree
days
ahead
let's
of
not
us,
start.
We're getting real near the end there. Okay.
I'll feel better sometime
will
around like a month from now. I mean, like if it's not this hot a month from now, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I really will be happy about that. So getting right into the most important business, the most exquisite business. This weekend is it's transition weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, here we go.
Trades are making happen. I mean, I can't believe the energy that I'm experiencing through this game and through the last transition and coming into this one. I mean, people were really excited about their legs, and they're like, I had a great time. I made something really cool. I can't wait to see what goes on top of it, And then, both in the 2D and the 3D side. And then now it's come to the torso, and everybody and people are itching to talk about it. I mean, they're just like, do you want a sneak peek? It's like, yes, but don't show me, you know, because this total secrecy thing, and people are just, the artists, okay, I'm saying that are involved in the game are coming apart at the seams, like wanting to showcase it. I mean, I, for one, you know, feel the same way. I mean, I had the difficulty of having to only do my piece up to the waist. I wanted to keep going, which I'm going to reproduce the piece in full. I've already decided. It'll be slightly different, but you know, in the same token of it. And now that we're coming up on the transition from the torso to the heads, it's like even more.
Yeah, this is the transition week here, isn't it?
Yeah, now we're coming into the final 21 days. The final countdown.
Like I lifted one of them this morning, and it got pretty heavy, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were sitting there and we're like, oh my goodness, and we were talking about it, and I'm like, wow, shipping this is really gonna put a dent in our wallet. And then you know, Jeremiah brought up Captain Dr. Bud, Admiral Butt here. He brought up a good point. He's like, hey, once you go over like 200 pounds, the weight doesn't matter anymore. It's all volume. It's
just volume, yeah.
Yeah, so like we're gonna have to find a way to stack these things. Maybe it's just gonna be one box instead of two that's like on a pallet, so that it only takes up like a 30 by 30 footprint and is 4 feet tall. Maybe that's the way it is shipped. We're gonna find out.
We'll figure that out.
We got some problem solving. We got plenty of meetings between now and then.
Yeah, a lot of stuff on the plate.
Oh yeah, but it's just so awesome.
It's really coming together.
I mean, on Facebook, it's exploding to where, you know, now hundreds of people. The last post, 83 Degrees Media did an absolutely fabulous article talking about the game and the details of it, and we shared that online. It's all the way around. If not, you can go to our Facebook page, which is Exquisite Corpse International, and read that article. And I saw the ratings for it. Over 2,000 people saw that article.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, now I'm kind of like in this freak out mode of like, you know, like I could see like the MFA becoming inundated on that night to where it's like, where are people parking? And like, you know, there's lines out the door and 600 people show up. It's like, you know, like, I need a brown paper bag. You know, when I start like thinking about that, I mean, although that is the absolute best case scenario to where, you know, it'd be the single one largest night event ever in the history of the world or something.
Can I share one thing with you guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yesterday I had the opportunity to I went to the porch thing that they do at the Museum of Fine Arts.
Okay.
And so I went into the store and I met the artist that was there, and Audrey was working, and she comes out, which is our liaison at the Museum of Fine Arts, who adores Salvador St. Germain and these artists and Jeremiah Jacobs, and thanks for that. And she admires every single artist that's involved. Well, she's been approached by artists wanting to put their work in the store. Mm-hmm. However, they have a very long waiting list. It's very difficult to get items in the store. But the benefit of the artist participating in the Exquisite Corpse is that they will get exposure at the store, the retail outlet at the Museum of Fine Arts.
Absolutely.
And in addition to that, and don't quote me on this one yet, but if I heard her correctly, I think the museum wants to keep it a month.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say about that one.
Whoa, hey.
That's exciting.
Late breaking news.
Ladies
and gentlemen, thank you for just tuning in. We've got late breaking news.
Right, again, I said, don't quote me on that one yet. However, that was part of the conversation yesterday. So the more, even the director of the Museum of Fine Arts is very excited. And we're having Mike Royce from Manchester visiting.
That's right.
So
we're going to
him,
across the phone.
So I coordinated where we're going to meet the mayor for 30 minutes. From there, Wayne Athenholt is joining us, and we're going to the Museum of Fine Arts and taking them for lunch there. And the director of the museum is joining us. And then from there, he's going to the Warehouse Art District, to Duncan's, and then to Mark Gayling. So this is becoming more and more. And the only reason why we were able to do that is because of Exquisite Corpse.
And brought to you exclusively by Rhino on Air.
And the two Outcasts A Mic that get banned out of a country here in the
yeah, that's a good one. Let's do a little segue real quick. So if you tuned in our last live episode, because last week we had a re-air, you know, we're busy people. We got a lot going on, okay? So But the week before that, I think I went on a mad tirade about some type of conspiracy thing.
We got pretty mad.
And then I was like, I'm out of town, I'm not gonna take it anymore. And then so, I was explaining the clip, and I was like, oh, boom, I'll just pop it up on YouTube. And then I played the audio clip. It was like, what, a couple minutes? 2 minutes, 17 seconds, something like that. Well, apparently I said some things. The people who produced the clip were like, hey, we want credit. So I was like, boom, no problem. I didn't mean to not cite you. It was a spontaneous deal, It wasn't like I'm making because we're filming live and we're putting this on the YouTube channel, like now, because I watch plenty of YouTube videos. I mean, people like, you have to like cite it, like, hey, I can only show you 3 seconds of this clip, otherwise I'm gonna have to like, do all this riffraff. So, we're being more cognizant of that. However, something I did, or we did, we got a stern letter from the German consulate or something, explaining that our video was banned in Germany because of something I said it to it like to the aspect of something about like the Jews and the Holocaust we were talking about.
Oh, is that right?
And I was like, oh, you can't trust them damn Germans. They were in the Holocaust. I don't know. I said something off key like that.
You got booted again.
No, I'm speculating. I'm not saying I'm saying that. I'm saying maybe I said something like that.
Take care of that. Oh,
like I'm just saying. I mean, the Germans make it. They make a hell of a sports car,
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah.
Hey, I love Heidi Klum. She's German.
Who doesn't love Heidi Klum?
Okay, thanks.
And speaking of Germans, we got Hofbrauhaus here in St.
Right.
Petersburg.
Right.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I want you to go check that out.
I want to go down there and get me some Wiener Schnitzel and
some kraut.
I want a big old plate of kraut.
Das Boot.
Tell you what, kraut and beer is like explosive combination. You could power vehicles off of kraut and beer. Like
you could.
Oh yeah,
I power my own.
Myself. Yeah, methane powered, absolutely. Because I mean, just the kraut alone, the cabbage is a very stewy creature, and then you add that beer with the yeast on top of it and the bubbles, and like, you just lift off. I mean, you ever been in a German beer hall? Yeah, that's good.
Very nice.
So yeah, I guess we're wrapping up on the Exquisite Corpse aspect of it. In the next month, it's closing up.
Moving along, and
oh yeah, we got all the big names. The pieces are in. We got pieces in Europe. We got pieces in New England. We got big pieces. We got small pieces. We got pieces you can put your pieces in. That's not copyrighted, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is.
That'll be. We'll talk about that after the show.
Like, oh, now I'm getting sued by the Jacobs Company.
Getting another letter in the mail.
The Office of Block and Block, sir. Like, damn, I'm getting sued again. It's like, what do you want me to do with this? It's like, put it with the pile with the rest of them.
Remember when we sued Dan Painter's dog?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty hilarious, huh?
Yeah.
To the tune of like 1 million milk bones. I think he's still defaulting on that.
Hey, it's accruing interest. Bring down it. What?
Yeah, so we can see your beautiful face.
Oh, I just have this. It's like always like I picture myself as like Elvis in a recording studio back in the day where like the mics hung down from the top and everybody was like singing to the stars. So it's kind of hard to look down. It's like this is more of like a Buddy Holly kind of, like
just lean into it.
Lower
just
grip.
Lean into it.
Or maybe like a Bing Crosby kind of.
Just let it.
Yeah. How do you like to hold your microphone? I don't always hold my microphone, but when I do.
When I do.
Oh, good grief. So we got started a little late, but we're going to do a quick recap if you're just tuning into this livest episode of Outcast A Mic.
Late-breaking.
Had a lot of Exquisite Corpse news, and on that we want to give a shout out to our friends across the pond. Hello, Paul Ripley and our friends at Fab Radio.
Hello.
Doing quite proper indeed, sir. You're listening to WSPF-DB Bruno on air, your favorite friendly internet radio station, broadcasting live at what there, Mr.
1 gajillion megawatts.
Raw power indeed, sir.
Raw power indeed, sir.
Oh man, I mean it's cool that we have fun with it, but I mean like I bet you like the first thing like, you're gonna meet Paul Ripley and be like, hey, how you doing? And hey, you earned that one. It's like I totally did.
Refuse to shake your hand.
No, quite proper, sir. Stop that. Oh, I can't do it. But it's like, hey, if we could just like hang out for a week, I could probably really, perfect it. I mean, you ever done that? Gone somewhere and and hung out somewhere where people talk different. And by the end of the time that you're there,
You're talking a little bit like that.
yeah. I mean, it just crawls right in on you. And for me, I don't have much of a New England accent. You know, I mean, there's certain words when I say them, or if I say, yeah, it's wicked cool, people are like, oh, you said wicked, you know. But yeah, I go home for a week or two, come back like, oh, did you know, like, they just, you know, because people talk funny up there, especially if you go to like Maine or Rhode Island or something.
Yeah, wrecked a job interview with a similar type of situation where I was reading Clockwork Orange, which is full of all this like made up, you know, English jargon. And, you know, I think me and the buddies who were playing with the English accent and having all this fun with it. And I go to this job interview and
Pretending
spend
to
like 2 days out at this potter's house, you know, and he just happens to be from England. And, yeah, I remember at some point we were having a conversation. I was like, "All right, okay," yeah, you know, or some, you know, some bullshit like.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
There's another letter. We just got.
Yeah.
Oh.
The FCC. No, I'm teasing.
he's like, oh.
Oh. Trying to tell one story, I can't even do that.
I know.
Okay.
No, it's all right. Keep going. Continue. So
Well, I
So
didn't end
you
up
get-
getting the job. I'm sure you found that to be kind of strange. It's like this kid from Wisconsin.
so
All of a sudden, takes on
it reminds me of like a Seinfeld episode to where it's like you get hired for the job and you're like, oh crap, and then the entire time when you go to work you have to be like, oh cheeky, go keep up with the accent, sir. Good day, mom. And then you're like, oh, and really like you want to be all like Uber, don't you know? Like, and he's like, what is he doing? Or you combine the two. It's like, yeah, my mom's from Wisconsin, my dad's from Britain, so I got a really strange accent. I kind of
In
float
and out of
between the
either
two.
as you need, right?
Oh, boy,
Your
that'd be great.
hair grows fast, Jeremiah.
It does, doesn't it? It finally came back in from that outstanding haircut that I had.
Well, now you get a whole fresh mop.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was thinking about, you know, winter's coming.
I'm way past
You know,
that.
I'm thinking maybe growing the beard out again. You know,
Oh, yeah.
getting
Winter
fresh-
beard's
you know,
coming.
winter beards that's a comfortable thing to have.
You know, I mean, I think I'm gonna start my playoff beard like tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Playoff beard.
Playoff?
I heard the Patriots cheated again.
Yeah, they first they used weather altering technology to make it rain.
Oh my God!
Yep.
It shows you just how far-reaching the hand of the NFL really is, all
Yeah.
the way into the clouds.
Yeah, it's I mean, they're run by the Illuminati, you know that, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, they made it rain, and then what they did is something went haywire with the transmitter to where here's the cheating part that they did. The Pittsburgh Steelers over their headset could hear all the play calls of the Patriots. No, but like the Patriots,
like
to my knowledge, they didn't hear any of the Pittsburgh stuff, but they were broadcasting like their play calls, and like so they had to like, oh, here's what Pittsburgh had to do. They had to change the channel so they were on the same channel. So that's cheating, being on the same channel as somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's just being an idiot. I had no idea, but it was so funny. They're like, okay, it's not even one game into the season,
And they're already
and then they're like, the Patriots made it rain.
slimiest football team of all
I heard
They're
they
making
put-
the Raiders look like chumps, you know?
Well, I mean, at least the Raiders played legitimately dirty. Like the Patriots are a little bit more like white collar about it.
Yeah, a little more white collar.
Yeah, they're like, I'll tell you what, the night before we're gonna treat them to dinner, but we're gonna lace all their steak with X-Lax. You know, and it's like versus the Raiders, like, all right, we're gonna go out there, and the first person you see, just blow their knee out, and like, you know,
Brutal, huh?
yeah.
No,
Well, I mean, football's fun.
people, yeah, football is fun.
Mm-hmm. So, clipping right through it.
Right along.
Clipping right
There
along.
we go.
There it
Moving
is.
right along.
All right.
Right
Then.
on down the road. In
You start getting like this high inflection and everything you say, where you're kind of like skewy, where everything comes off with the ding and the bing. You know? I think that's what probably annoys me. It's like you gotta have more of a relaxed type.
just chill out, mate.
Yeah. You
I'm
won't be
bombing hard.
You won't be no high strung, pikey fellow. Oh, jeez. Good times though. We're coming up on the 2:00 hour. Your local temperature is 70-something degrees and sunny.
Okay.
Oop, what?
I want to go. Well, something happened and we're getting a lot of static now. I don't know if
Static.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
know. For internet radio, it's not supposed to be static.
mind that static.
Are you sure it's not just my voice?
Oh.
Am I raspy?
Oh.
All right, all right.
Oh.
Hey, what are you breaking into?
Bring it on down into the.
Are you breaking into song over there? Are you feeling lyrical?
Oh, I'm feeling
You're like, ladies and gentlemen, I got something I'd like to sing. A little something off my first album.
Yeah.
It's called "Sitting on the Toilet." Yeah. In fact, as we were coming up to the studio,
Maybe we can go to a break and come back and just have some music so I can figure out
yeah. All right. Well,
that's
you know what it is?
That's
I know what it is.
fine.
That the
high energy.
NSA is
Oh.
scrambling us. With, yeah. Oh yeah. No. They're like,
They're taking us down.
shh, don't pay attention to the date of September. Shh,
It has officially begun.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. For those of you that are dying to see what we got coming up next, we're gonna go to a short musical break, and then we're gonna come back here in about 5 minutes. So go ahead and reset your browser, re-click on the video, and let's see if we can outsmart the NSA.
Oh yeah.
All right, WSPF-DB.
Oh.
Bing. Is the video still going on?
Yeah.
That's all right. The video gets.
I couldn't mute the mic. I need to get this paper that says on.
Oh.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna get.
a little bikini bar in downtown, but keep it sultry. But there's fun for the whole family here.
Fun for the whole family. No, it really is tremendous. The new rock climbing gym over on 5th Ave South. This thing is so cool. 45-foot ceilings, right? Big, massive warehouse of some sort. I don't know if 45 is tall or whatever.
It's pretty tall.
It's pretty tall, right?
Yeah.
They blew a hole in the floor, dug a pit, and so that the wall could be that much taller.
You know what I can understand is like how far could they have dug down without hitting water?
Well, well.
I mean the water table. I mean, like
you can suck it out, you know.
Yeah, but you don't want a big old soppy wet pit at the bottom.
Put a bilge pump in down there.
Yeah, you'd have to put some kind of like trap rock area
for your
would,
rock climbing area.
All right, yeah. I just wanted to know. I'm not touching it. Don't. Hey, if you keep touching your mic, you're gonna get hairy palms.
Oh yeah, radio. We need our noses back.
Yeah, our soundboard.
Someday, you know. That's that whole premeditated obsolescence. It took my computer from me. Thank you for that, Henry Ford.
Oh, premeditated obsolescence. It's a cross between like built-in obsolescence and premeditated murder. I know what you're saying, like things are built to break because, you know, if things don't break, then people are going to buy new ones.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm on the line for a new Chromebook.
Damn capitalist societies ruin the world.
Terrible.
Like
damn shame.
Wow.
Here, I want to show everybody this thing. Let's talk about this thing. You want to tell them about that thing?
Oh yeah,
it's cool.
We got a big meeting. So what Jeremiah has in his hand? Damn it!
That's weird.
You know, co-host. Hey, oh, there he goes. He's got a replica of the world's largest diamond. It's known as the Cullinan 1 diamond.
The Cullinan 1, that's right.
It was so large. Okay, this is. I mean, that one's a little bit small because
it's about 18% smaller than the real one.
Yeah, because it shrinks in fast. And so, basically, though, it was like 3,000 carats.
3,600 some odd carats.
And it was so big that the crown jewel is worth like $3 billion that was cut out of it or something.
So
stupid.
This piece was cleaved into 6 sections that make up the crown jewels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all 6 went into the crown jewels or.
But I know like the biggest one is like the center of it.
Yeah, that's the Cullinan 1.
Yeah, that's a.
But I think they renamed it once they cleaved it.
Yeah.
You know.
And once they broke it up, so basically though, here's the thing: diamonds are bimorphic, which means they grow in symmetry.
Yeah, right.
And if you look at the way that this particular diamond has a huge flat spot on one side, I mean that's the way.
You can see all the missing parts of it.
Yep. The pieces have automatically broken off in
just rolling around in the earth and a couple of places.
So there is a diamond out there that is
once again the size of this.
Yeah.
At least once.
If you found that today, I think the dollar value would be something like $60 billion.
Something just absurd.
Just absurd.
Yeah.
I would just go like right to Egypt and be like, I'll trade you a diamond for your country or something. You know, like you just go around and be like,
I'm keeping the pyramids.
I want the pyramids. I'm moving in. Exactly. So, and that what that stemmed from is I did a commission project.
That's right.
I got some friends
at collaborative effort
in a design firm called Concept Bait and Floral Design.
That's right.
And it's Frank Clementi and Lynn McGahee, and they do the most outstanding, over-the-top, beautiful, fabulous, ridiculously awesome events. To where like the decor is just. We did an event formed out at the Vinoy. We made these giant enchanted trees that were 12 feet tall,
right?
And 12. Oh man,
I got photographs of them. I still haven't sent you, but
wow. I mean, like we've built so much cool stuff.
As well as the Ringling museum.
Oh, the Ringling! Yeah, we put all the chandeliers.
That was incredible. I couldn't believe how they decked that place out.
And literally that was like $1 million wedding that
it was over the top.
All right, so they are collaborating with us. With the Exquisite Corpse.
I was just going to say, we give them a shout out. We're looking really forward to working with them on this project.
We have a lunch with him tomorrow at the MFA.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Cool, man.
we got that going on, and then as well as coming. So the segue of that was they worked with Diamonds Direct, which is down at the Sundial.
That's right.
And they were consulting on the design, and they wanted something very specific for the chandeliers because they were spending such a awesome amount of money on this special lighting system that's all LED, so that it's like seeing the diamonds out in the sunlight.
Yeah, right.
Because diamonds sparkle a certain way in the sun that
the lighting apparently is a very scientific
so
process.
so they got these state-of-the-art things, and they wanted to do chandeliers, but they didn't want to have them lit.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is a sculptural chandelier. You and I collaborated on the project. You cast 20 of those diamonds for me?
I think it was 12. I think we casted 20. We kept 12.
Yeah, 12. Because some didn't make
maybe
it.
It was 16 or something like that.
There was a number of them, and those were incorporated into the Cullinan Geolux and the Cullinan Isotope.
Yes,
which are the two pieces that we got hanging up in there. And so, we're going to go see them later on today. I got a watch strap that I picked up from them.
And those chandeliers are laid out in the molecular structure of.
Yeah, my inspiration for this is carbon. Carbon, that's all diamonds are, it's carbon.
Right.
But once it's submitted to massive pressures and heat over time, the molecular structure of it changes. It crystallizes into a covalent bond of itself kind of deal. And its structure changes. So it's a very cool pattern. It's a hexagonal pattern of overlapping rings. It goes from a triangle molecule that has one coming out the top and three out the bottom to they start turning and sticking together and making these six-sided rings that then have two legs that drop down to the next layer, and it just layers and layers and layers and layers. And when people clave the diamonds, they look
That's
into
why
the
why it makes such a clean cleave.
Yep.
Because that's people thought. I've showed this to people before, and they're
Yeah,
like,
somebody
it
smoothed
must
it
have
out.
been polished, right? And it's like, no, this is what came out of the ground.
Yeah, like literally, if you hit it, and that's what they do. They look for that right spot, and they just take a little.
It's such a high, like tensile, or
straight. It's like hitting it on a fault line, and they go pink, and then the thing just splits perfectly.
Yep.
I mean, like right down that line because it's just so well defined. So.
Incredible.
That was a good time, and we're going to go and look to them to possibly help us get involved as well with the Exquisite Corpse, and that should be a good time.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Absolutely.
That's what
getting around town today. It's kind of a lot.
Yeah, we were over at Charlie Parker Pottery.
Charlie Parker Pottery, which that was quite a project we did this week, wasn't it?
Didn't we?
Really?
Yeah. Hey, high fives.
Smashing.
Smashing. I love that. See, that's proper English right there. It's just smashing, Seth.
That's about right.
Yes. What's your inflection there, Boots? What's your inflection?
No. What? America. America.
So we went over. You tell the story.
We had to replace Charlie Parker's chimney on the kiln that we had built over there, and it went really well. We took out some frax tube out of a steel
sleeve.
Yeah,
stovepipe.
And replaced it with some 4 by 2 inch by 9 inch fire brick.
Yep, built up a brick chimney.
Stacked it all up.
Dry stacked
it. Then we used some fiber frax.
Wrapped it in frax.
Covered the outside of the brick with the frax, and then we
cased it in hardy.
In cement board.
And then we put some angle iron with special adjusters welded onto it.
Suck it in and tighten it all together. Turned out pretty tremendous. It looks really nice. They're very happy with that.
Yeah,
very happy with that. So that was a good project.
See, that's on the right in here. When I was telling you I want to play around with some ceramic, I need to make a kiln god. It's gonna be a chimney god.
A chimney god.
Yeah,
I
think it's gonna be like a little Buddha elephant sitting down, and his trumpet. I'm thinking you're knocking shit over.
Well, I think your attitude.
His nose is gonna be like the trumpet, like the kiln, to where like his belly is the kiln, and then there's like big snouts coming up, and
you can make that chimney topper. A ceramic chimney topper would put up with that. It's gonna burn that steel out.
Yeah, and that's like structural. I could do real cool, like a pyramid, so that it's tapered and all that. Wow,
that's cool.
I'm looking forward to building that. That'd be kind of cool because then I can make it like sleeves and clicks together. I could totally over-engineer it.
Yeah, totally over-engineer it. Absolutely.
Charlie's gonna be like, Tyler, this is just the chimney cover. It's like, I know, but I feel like I need to sculpt these swirly lines in it for like if water gets in it, they'll find the channel and it'll run off to the edge.
Yeah, right.
You're like, no, that's not it at all. But
Yeah, so we were over there this morning picking up a few pieces for the Exquisite Corpse, which was just like, I was all giddy. I was like,
yeah.
You know, we're out in the back of the car transferring some hashtags from one painting to another, you know, so they can keep moving.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Yeah, what if you hashtag the word hashtag?
You guys are moving so much. Oh, you're.
He's like JoJo the Happy Monkey over there. He can't sit still. He's got drums going and he's swinging back and forth. Everybody's getting motion sick. It's like just, you know, radio show. Broadcasting live from the Titanic.
About 20 miles out right now.
The only thing to make that more awesome is if we had like a green screen and all the mics and everything were green, so that we're sitting here, it just looks like we're on the back of a boat, you know? And it's like, you know, you see the ocean behind us, like we're trolling that way or something. Yeah.
We could have other ones where we're riding in a miner's cart, you know, through the tunnel.
Oh, that'd be a good time. That'd be a real good time. So,
there's some good laughs.
Yeah. So speaking of good laughs, best friends all over me. He loves this the drunk history.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, but we've watched a couple of episodes of it, and it keeps getting better because it's not necessarily the person that's like wasted that's telling the story, which is kind of funny. It's that, let's say I'm telling the whole story, and I'm like, yeah, and then George Washington's like, hey, you guys make sure you don't screw this one up like you did last time, and then Martha Washington's like, hey George, don't be so hard on your guys, you know? And like, whatever my voice is, the actors that are acting out the scenario, it's the voice of the person narrating it. So they're lip syncing, and it's hilarious. I mean, like some of the things, like there's this one where there's this chick that was just super wasted. I mean, like annihilated. And she's like with her boyfriend, and she's just like petting his face, and she's like, and so in the reenactment of telling how, you know, Thomas Jefferson did this, he's like sitting there like petting the lady's face, you know. It's just like it's a good time. So he's like, we need to do our own version of drunk history. I was like, yeah, let's do it live out in the street, and like, you know, just bring the GoPro out and set it down at like McDenton's and have people come up and, you know, tell history stories or whatever. You know, because one time we were out in Atlanta and we were partying and something came up about look at you.
What?
You're dropping stuff.
What are you talking about?
I saw it on film.
Don't you? I seen you think about touching that mic. Don't you do it?
I'm not even gonna breathe heavy on it.
Hey.
So randomly we're getting inspired out at a number of places in East Atlanta Village, and it comes up something about, I think I had this thing on my phone that would send me like stupid random facts, you know, like on this day in history, blah, blah, blah kind of thing, right? And what it was something about Grover Cleveland. And I'm like, people don't even know Grover Cleveland was a freaking president, you know? I mean, like that was like so ancient history. And so we just started going around to random groups of people, some like hipsters, some scholarly, some like metal punk heads, and asking them what they knew about Grover Cleveland, just for being social and because we were well inspired. And you'd be surprised, like most people didn't know anything, but then some people came. This one dude sat down, he was like, Grover Cleveland, he was like the 22nd president of the United States. A little facts about Grover Cleveland. He was one of the few people that was elected president as a bachelor. He got married in the White House. He was 62 years old and married a woman that was 34. It was damn near half his age. And just like the guy goes on, and I'm like, dude, you're like a history teacher. He's like, yep. I was like, man, found me a history teacher.
Found him.
So it's kind of cool to go out and, you know, Jay Leno and, you know, other TV show hosts, they go out in the street with the camera and they ask, what are you doing a little gather with your bat over there? Captain Glassbutt over here is practicing his glass blowing with a very short stick. That'd be a hot blow right there.
Oh, it'd be a hot blower, huh?
Yeah, you might not have any knuckles left after that one. But, you know, that might be something cool to do one day, is just to go out and shoot an episode of, like, running up and down the street on Central with the GoPro, and then we could like edit that down and air it on a Friday, you know, and say, hey, we went out and, you know, in there's video of like,
Yeah, we should have
we
some.
asked people, you know, like, all right, so all right, whoa, have you seen this video on the internet of this girl? And she's probably got to be about, let's say 10 or 12 years old, okay? Like young preteen, maybe teen, like let's say 7th, 8th grade. And she obviously has like a video blog because now every kid that's like 7 years old is making YouTube videos about video games and all this other riffraff. It's just completely whatever. So she's sitting there, she's like, so I met this guy online and he's from Britain, and I think there's kind of a language barrier. And so we both play games, and I was like, I really want the Sims expansion pack, so why don't you buy it for me? And he was all like, yeah, I want it too, but it's too expensive. And she's like, well, how much is it? And he replied back, it's 15 pounds. And she's like, see, you know, this is where the language barrier is, because I asked them how much it cost, not how much it weighed. And I mean, this girl goes on and she's like, and I don't understand. Like, yeah. I mean, everybody did. I shared it because I was like, WTF, exclamation point. Are you at
How many millions of hits?
22 million. All right. So I mean, like, here's the thing. So she got paid from YouTube, obviously, because you get 22 million hits. I mean, they're going to throw you $100. Okay.
So how dumb was she really?
Yeah. Well, how dumb was she really? And no, here's the problem. It's just like that Facebook meme. Stop making stupid people famous. And that's what it is. She's not that smart. She is exactly that freaking stupid. But people are just so enamored by the fact that somebody could be that ignorant. Because here's what I'm going to get into. Like, if you haven't seen the video, she goes on to say, well, maybe because Britain is closer to Jupiter, the gravity is different and things are lighter there. She's like, I just don't get it. You know, she's like, and she's going on and like literally, she's like, well, because I don't know, maybe because Britain's closer to the sun or Jupiter. I don't know. I don't know why. See, there's a language barrier, and I'm just like, I'm falling out of my skull. Like there was a term one time when I was working at MGA, and it was me and Choo Choo and the intern there, little feller, wily feller, and this is awesome. With like, I'll tell the story that led up to it separate, because I don't even know if I need to get into it. Yeah, you're just like leaning back. Yeah. So I said something that like the look on Wiley's face. The look on Wiley's face was like his brain just threw up inside his skull. You know, like, so we tried to come up for a term for that. Like, there's no word in the English language to where like when your brain vomits inside your skull and it just like your brain throws up, you have no control over it. Like you know, it's not a brain fart or diarrhea brain. It's just like a bromit.
A brain vomit.
Yeah. So, and I kind of had one of those. I was like, it made me stupid, completely stupid for like 10 seconds afterwards. I was like, I can't process. Like, I had to show it to other people that were in my immediate vicinity and be like, please tell me she's faking it, because the look on her, that she's totally serious.
Huh.
I mean, just as serious as I'm going to tell you, Rhode Island. Oh, Rhode Island's 1,562 miles from here, and I could say it with a straight face. Oh man, so you know that was my viral rant of the week, but it was just amazing to where there are people out there that are that ignorant. So getting back to what I'm saying, like that people used to go and walk the streets and ask people common sense questions, like who was the 42nd president of the United States?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton. Who was the 15th president of the United States?
Mm-hmm.
Abraham Lincoln. You know, it's like there's certain things and like, okay, what's the capital of Maine?
Bangor.
Massachusetts.
Maine, the capital of the state of Maine.
Is Maine in Boston? No, Massachusetts.
Maine's a state. in New England.
I always, okay, so Maine is the capital, isn't it? No. New England is,
New England is a collection of 5 or 6 states.
why do I always
depending
think
on-
of Maine with Boston?
Because
Are they close?
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I feel like the girl in the video.
So all right, so I mean, no, it's all right.
I'm
Not,
just
not everybody
kidding,
knows.
not
I
that.
believe it's Augusta. I believe the capital of Maine is Augusta.
Augusta.
That sounds about right. I could be wrong. We'd like to get a Mainer to call in and correct me. If not, I can fact check myself if I wanted to type and do things at the same time. But I don't. But common, what you think would be common sense, right? Like, how many feet are in a yard?
3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. I win a prize. Where's my prize?
All right.
All right.
It's coming. It's
Where,
coming.
well,
You have to wait.
no,
You don't get your prize till after the show. You gotta like earn it. Yeah, I mean,
I
what?
thought I get,
Like instant gratification?
you get a prize.
I'm gonna have some of my iced tea. It's a little warm.
All
And
right.
that layer of foam on the top has nothing to do with backwash.
Oh, it just blew up in my mouth a little bit.
So it'd be cool to go out there and probe people on not necessarily like pop culture, modern day events so much as just like simple stuff, simple things that people should know that